I'm in the individual market in Minnesota, and my total cost, premiums plus out-of-pocket, has doubled over 5 years. I am now paying $23,500 a year for my family of 4, and now Blue Cross is leaving the market. They have over 80% market share. I don't see how small providers left over can handle the individual market when Blue Cross lost $500 million, and they lost a bigger loss than total revenues for most providers. I see a collapse. Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a heartbreaking story. That, you can't, and again, if you point at, okay, Trump wants insurers to sell across state lines, which is a non-starter because you can't just, add water and get a network together. I mean, it's really takes a lot of capital, a lot of time, and insurance products don't move across states. They move with payment rates that those insurers with a big book of business like Blue Cross Blue Shield can extract from the big hospital systems. Although, I mean, I would point out the fact that the opacity of pricing, that both the provider and the insurer sort of geared positively towards inflation. So they don't really give a hoot whether or not that overall cost is coming down and care quality is going up. What they care about is that there's a spread between what you pay, what they pay, and what they pay out in terms of the premium cost spread. So more inflation is actually good for both parties. The issue with this ACA collapse is that essentially the program was really geared positively towards people who were really, really poor. So if you have any kind of income, you still got to pay a ton unsubsidized premium. And again, with a lot of these losses, these rates are going to be going up a lot as a lot of the benefits that the ACA put in place to get the market started recede. So net, what do you really need to do? I mean, you need to think about raising the subsidy across the board to encourage more healthy people to get into the market, to make the distributed loss for insurance, which is what insurance is, that those insurance companies can step up and actually create the networks or allow access to their current networks. But yeah, it's a collapse until, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could fix the problem, but the point is that there's a lot of people like that who are still out in the cold, and the bottom line is if you have insurance, you're less likely to die.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal thing to be able to put in a scientific study, which is what we quoted, but there's a lot of studies like that. Like that's a horror story.